FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football helmet.
We're on the road to San Antonio for the 2012 FBU National Championship. Hi everyone, I'm your host Neil Sika, and this is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Shows. Today, Austin, Texas. We'll talk with their team director, Anthony Williams, right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
FBU, know.
Hi everyone, this is Neil Sika, your host for the 2012 FBU National Championship. And for the very first time, exclusive coverage of every game at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. In conjunction with Swink.tv, you can sign up for the FBU Field Pass on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Check out our full game, highlight, and combo packages. And we'll see you on the FBU Field Pass. And we return here on our FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Shows. Team Austin out of Texas. They lost to Dallas, who was eventually beaten in the championship by Central Florida in the inaugural edition. But here in 2012, it's a chance to start anew. We'll talk their 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams with Anthony Williams, who's the team director down in Austin, and joins us now. Anthony, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent, excellent. It's always good to talk to you. You know your football down there, and of course Texas is a hotbed for it. This Austin team made the advancement that almost got them down to San Antonio, but talking in particular, as we start with these 6th graders, a chance to play for the first time in these first and second rounds. What's impressed you, and what can we see from the 6th graders upcoming this weekend?
Well, I think the 6th grade team is coached by one of our scouts, a guy named Gator Jenkins from the Killeen area. A lot of kids who are involved with the military because of them living on base, and so they're going to play with a lot of heart, a lot of discipline. They're not real big in numbers, but I think Coach Jenkins and his staff are doing a good job of getting them ready to go out and compete and show their best for the tournament.
Austin will compete against Houston on Saturday, December 1st. That is in the Austin, Texas area, on the road to San Antonio, which of course is not too far from Austin, so a short trip should they advance. The regional would be in Kansas City. Okay, Anthony, as we move to the 7th graders, they'll compete for a championship for the first time. They only played in the 1st and 2nd rounds last year. Tell me a little bit about who we should watch out for with your 7th grade group as this Saturday is closely approaching.
Well, the 7th grade Austin team is coached by a guy named Keith Pittman. He was involved in the tournament last year. His son is a pretty good player in that team. They've got several players in that team. I can tell you about watching them at practice. Their O-line, D-line is pretty solid, and so look for them to really maybe trying to own the line of scrimmage and manhandle their competition that way. Really good skill position kids on the 7th grade team. Really good quarterback. I don't have the roster in front of me, but from knowing some of those kids and watching them practice, they're going to be more than ready to try and take down Houston and advance in the tournament.
Yeah, when you mention that name, Pittman, that's good bloodline, so should be some good football amongst the 7th graders. We'll talk 8th grade. We'll also talk about the matchup within one of the toughest areas in that Plains Regional when we return on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
Push it, good. Lift. Look at the hands, look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 hits and let it go. He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees, they go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through your palms of your hand, guys.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle. Because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I am an enlightened warrior.
Introducing the Youth Football Coaches Association, the premier online resource dedicated to improving coaching effectiveness and promoting youth safety for all volunteers. Register free at yfbca.org and begin receiving free youth coaching information, monthly newsletters, certification, and background checks. The most up-to-date concussion information, drills for all positions and skill levels. Learn all types of offensive and defensive plays. Join us at yfbca.org, where we are making good coaches great teachers.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute.
We're back. This is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. We're talking about Austin, Texas. They were oh so close last year, lost to Dallas. Dallas lost in the championship game in San Antonio, eventually to Central Florida. Anthony Williams is the team director for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams. And for this 8th grade team, Anthony, you know, Houston, your first-round matchup, I think any 4 could make the claim that in Texas football, there's just some rich tradition. Houston is maybe much improved, but tell me what is different about your 8th grade team this year than last that could put them over the top and maybe get into San Antonio.
Well, I think this year the 8th grade teams, they've got several players that have experience from playing last year on the 7th grade team, and they've also got a couple kids that played in the East Bay Youth All-American game. Kids like that come to mind, the middle linebacker, number 38, Sean Shepard, is somebody to keep an eye on. He played on the 7th grade Youth National Championship team last year and went on to play in the East Bay game. He's bigger, he's stronger. As a former linebacker, and he's been to FBU camp, you can see that the game is slowed down, and he is really solid sideline to sideline and really lays the wood and really kind of reminds you, I hate to put big expectations on this kid, but looks like a mini Manti Te'o, another former Army All-American who's now doing very well at Notre Dame. So Sean Shepard is a kid to watch out for at linebacker for the team to really kind of lock down the defense side of the ball. Another top player that's going to hold down the line is another former player that played last year, a kid named Shea Baker, number 67. Big kid, about 6'4", 240 pounds, big hands, long arms, good footwork, and aggressive, and just a finisher. So look for him and Sean to hold down that defense side of the ball for Austin.
What about on the offensive side? What can we expect?
Offensive side, you've got really good quarterbacks, but mainly you've got a couple of really good elite running backs. Another kid that played last year in the Youth National Championship and in the East Bay game, running back number 6, Aaron Brown Nixon, was really dominant last year's game. Ran for over 250 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns in that first-round game. Not a real big stature running back, but it has tremendous what we call quicks and explosion. So he'll make a difference off the side of the ball. And then another kid, Dominic Williams, number 20, is another running back that's got that really good balance of speed, size, and physicality when he runs the ball. So they've got a nice 1-2 punch in that backfield for Team Austin on the 8th grade team.
Do you think it's an advantage maybe that you have the site in your favor too, playing it basically in your backyard?
I think it's a slight advantage, yes, because a lot of these kids I know only live no more than 30, 45 minutes from the host venue. We do have some kids traveling from the outside, but I'd say 75% of the roster has been on this field, has played in this field, and so they're going to be very familiar with it. It'll feel more like a home game for them because they've been around that field before and won't have as far to drive to get to the game.
Of course, Dallas could be looming if you advance, although San Antonio, Houston probably think they're much improved. This is always a tough little region down in the plains.
Yeah, well, I think in Texas, obviously, my Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio teams are going to be much improved this year because obviously we had more time to put teams together. We had tryouts. You're going to see a good mix of FBU and Top Gun kids on these teams, along with kids who are new to the FBU programs. And so it'll be good to see that the mix of players and seeing those kids who have been through our camps really their technique and things they've learned in our camps, along with just coming off of their youth or middle school season. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the kind of football that's going to come out of Texas. And it's unfortunate they all have to play each other in the first round. If you were to kind of put these teams in different regions, you might get at least 2 or 3 of these teams playing down the Final Four in San Antonio. But no disrespect to the other teams across the nation, but we take our football pretty serious here in Texas.
No, there's no question there, and looking forward to this Austin region getting underway this Saturday and Sunday, as Austin will take on Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. But we've been taking a look at Team Austin, courtesy of their director, Anthony Williams. Always a pleasure, Anthony, and we'll see you on the road to San Antonio.
We'll see you soon. Be good, guys.
Anthony Williams, team director, Team Austin, here on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. We'll be back with a final thought right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by School of the Legends, voice of the players.
Hey everyone, this is your FBU National Championship host, Neil Sika, and I got to tell you what, I am looking fly in my official East Bay FBU team licensed apparel, which you can get for a limited time only on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Orders must be in by December 10th, and you can have that hoodie to keep you warm no matter where you are across the country, or that bag to carry all your gear on the road to San Antonio. Visit the officially licensed team apparel store on FBUNationalChampionship.com.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
FBU, you know.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football. The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle. Because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I am an enlightened warrior.
Hey everyone, it's your FBU National Championship host, Neil Sika. On the road to San Antonio this year, don't forget, you can visit our official merchandise shops at every regional site across the FBU National Championship. We've got hats, hoodies, game tickets, and backpacks. Take full advantage and gear up today for your FBU National Championship on the road to San Antonio. We'll see you there.
Hey! Push it good. Lift! Look at the hands, look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 hits and let it go. He was bouncing right there. He ran right through you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees, they go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through your palms of your hand, guys.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks for watching our FBU National Championship desk shows. We're on the road to San Antonio. You can catch all the action by visiting FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com and take advantage of our pay-per-view model. Extended content can be found at Facebook.com/National Championship or on Twitter at FBU_NC. I'm Neil Sika, and we'll see you on the road to the Dome. Until then, so long.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute. School of the Legends, voice of the players.